out how to teach to the standard, but there's really no reason that students from one state to another, from one region to the other, we ought not to have higher, clearer, and frankly fewer standards. It's not about more standards, it's about making sure the standards that exist are very clear and higher than what we've had before. So in my mind, the reason I wanted to come today is I think the whole premise of Common Core is incredibly important. It's not the only thing. It's not the only part of where we are with educational improvement in this country. I think the use of data and making sure we've got effective teachers and leaders in every classroom, in every school, going after the schools which are most underperforming. There are many getting families more engaged. There are lots and lots of pieces of this. The Common Core to me is just incredibly important. I wanted to stop by and to say I'm grateful to all of you for taking the time to dig in this, and to dig into this, and to invest in it. I think there's some really exciting things going on around the country right now in terms of educational improvement. I think it's a process. There is no destination here. I mean, this is something we are going to have to get better and better and better. And that's what's so hard. And there are a lot of people out there who say, you know what, if we could just go back and do education the way it was done when we were kids, it worked well enough for us, it's going to be good enough now. It's just not the world we live in. Maybe it would have been fine if we didn't have so many other countries investing so much money and investing so much attention and other resources into their educational systems, but we do. And we see that, and many of you are related, in some form related to companies that have so many choices about where you're going to hire the next employee. And this is what it's all about. Our job, those of us who are governors, our job is really to make sure that companies decide to invest their next dollar of capital in our states and to hire the next worker in our states. The CEO of Gallup recently wrote a book about the coming jobs war. It says there are 3 billion people in this country looking for jobs. 3 billion people in the world looking for jobs. There are 1.2 billion jobs available. There are 3 billion people around the globe looking for jobs. There are 1.2 billion jobs available. We are in a global war for jobs, which means we're in a global war for talent. And it's my view that Common Core is a really important part of that equation. So I very much appreciate the chance to be here, and thank you all for having me.
Thank you, Governor. Our next keynote speaker will be Nancy Conrad, who's chairman of the Conrad Foundation. Nancy Conrad created the Conrad Foundation in 2008 to energize and engage students in science and technology through unique entrepreneurial opportunities. The organization's flagship program, the Spirit of Innovation Change,